In Greek mythology, Orpheus was the greatest musician who ever lived. His music could tame wild beasts, make trees lean in to listen, and soften the hearts of gods. And so, when his beloved wife Eurydice died, Orpheus didn't cry, he sang. He sang such sorrowful, beautiful songs that the gods of the underworld, Hades and Persephone, were moved. They gave him a chance no mortal ever received. He could lead Eurydice back to the land of the living on one condition. He must not speak or look back at her until they were both fully above ground. He walked. She followed. Silent steps. But when they were about to reach the land of the living, doubt crept in Orpheus's mind. He wasn't sure his beloved wife could keep up with him. He wasn't sure if she would be able to make it. And so, just before the light touched them both, he whispered her name and turned. Immediately, she vanished forever. One word, one moment of uncertainty, and everything was lost. But this video isn't about Greek mythology. It's about the power of words. Words can resurrect or ruin, heal or haunt. For example, tell a child that they're a burden, and they'll carry that weight into adulthood. They'll shrink in rooms they were meant to lead. They'll second-guess their voice, their choices, even their worth. On the other hand, tell that same child, you're a leader, you're brilliant, and something remarkable happens. Even when the mountain looks impossible, they'll start climbing, because someone, somewhere, already told them they could. In other words, words become beliefs. Beliefs form identity, and identity silently steers the direction of our lives. As James Allen once said, "You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you." A single sentence, repeated enough times, becomes a path because words don't just describe reality, they quietly build it. And this shaping power isn't limited to humans. In fact, it shows up in nature in ways we rarely notice. Take the African gray parrot, for example, one of the most intelligent bird species on the planet. These birds don't just mimic sounds, they assign meaning to words. In captivity, when consistently exposed to negative language or tense emotional tones, these parrots begin to show signs of psychological stress. They scream, pluck out their feathers, and even refuse food. But when spoken to gently, with encouragement or kindness, their behavior changes dramatically. They become calmer, more interactive, even affectionate. No physical chains, no cages, just the invisible influence of language shaping their reality. And if a parrot, a creature with no concept of ego or self-worth, can be transformed by tone and repetition, how much more can we? What we say and how we say it doesn't just echo, it etches into the mind, directing behavior long after the words themselves have faded. Publilius Cyrus explains this beautifully when he said, "Speech is the mirror of the soul. As a man speaks, so he is." Entire nations have risen or fallen on the strength of a single speech. Revolutions have started not with weapons, but with chants. Adolf Hitler, long before launching a single attack, conquered the spirit of Germany with nothing but words, rallies, radio speeches, and rhetoric that reshaped an entire nation's identity. He proved that language, when weaponized, could move millions toward loyalty, fear, even war. So the question is, if words are this powerful, how do you use them to your advantage? First, speak with intention. Don't just say what feels good in the moment. Say what builds something lasting. Before you respond, pause. Ask yourself, what outcome am I creating with this sentence? Is it pushing me closer to peace, growth, or connection, or further away? To sum it up, always remember what Dionysius of Halicarnassus said, "Let thy speech be better than silence, or be silent." Second, reframe your self-talk. Most of the damage words cause doesn't come from others. It comes from within. You don't need anyone to insult you when you've spent years telling yourself you're not good enough. Change that script. Start speaking to yourself the way you would talk to someone you love. Not fake positivity, but grounded, truthful affirmation. Replace "I can't do this" with "I'm still learning." Replace "I always mess up" with "I didn't get it right this time, but I'm growing." And finally, use words to build bridges, not burn them. Speak life into people, even when they don't expect it. Encourage someone behind their back. Offer clarity when it would be easier to assume, because the right word at the right time can redirect someone's entire week or their entire life. And the next time you're tempted to use words the wrong way, remember the words of Bruce Lee. Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy and cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself and you can change your life. What you're not changing, you're also choosing.
Do like this video and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video. Cheers!